It's 1989, we got Super Mario Land. Simple pixels, black and white. Fast forward 18 years. It's 2007, we got the first Modern Warfare. Fully motion captured soldiers, cinematic storytelling. The leap is insane. Fast forward another 18 years, expecting another insane leap. But the best we've got so far is Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Where's the revolution? Where's the next era? We were supposed to get better at getting better, right? But all I see is an industry stuck in a loop, milking gamers dry with skins, battle passes, and remakes. It's kinda ironic to me that some of the most selling games are the ones recycled from the past. What is actually going on here? First, let's talk about Modern Warfare 1, and we'll come back to this matter later. So, I recently decided to hop back into the Modern Warfare series. I figured I'd start with the first game, and honestly, I was expecting to just power through it. I thought, okay, I'll grit my teeth through the old school gameplay, tolerating some stupid and clunky mechanics, and just focus on the story so I can get to the later. But man, was I wrong. Going through the first few minutes, something unexpected happened. I was actually enjoying myself. I couldn't believe it. The graphics, the gameplay, the flow, it was still so good. I had this moment where I just stopped, looked around and thought, what happened to gaming? Why, after 18 years, we haven't made any noticeable progress? So I figured, why not try to make sense of all this? Why not break it down and share it with you guys? Because this story isn't just about one video game, it's a lot bigger than that. So, let's start by talking about what made Call of Duty 4 so groundbreaking in 2007. If you were gaming back then, you probably remember this game like it was yesterday. That iconic intro, the amazing soundtracks, and the first time you knife a watermelon while Gaz praises you.
Remember, switching to your pistol is always faster than reloading. Alright, so, come this way. Using your knife is even faster than switching to your pistol. Knife the watermelon. Nice! Your fruit-killing skills are remarkable. Captain Price wants to see you.
And boom! You're launched into one of the most intense single-player campaigns ever. But it wasn't just the campaign. No, the game redefined multiplayer. The whole Call of Duty series was a big deal before this, but this one took things to an entirely new level. The game's multiplayer was revolutionary, offering fast-paced, adrenaline-pumping action with perks, kill streaks, and a class system that felt balanced, yet explosive. That leveling system hooked us, and the way you could customize your loadouts and unlock new gear, it was like crack for gamers. We're talking about a game that had everything. A gripping single-player narrative that got you to care about every character, every mission, and made you feel like a soldier in the middle of a high-stakes global conflict. Who could forget All Gillied Up? That mission was a whole mood. And the visuals? In 2007, they were mind-blowing. The lighting, the textures, the explosions, and the guns. The whole thing felt alive. And when you're talking about multiplayer, you know this game set the bar. Everyone was playing it. I mean, we didn't just play it, we lived it. From getting clapped by a sniper across the map to screaming at your teammates, it was the Wild West of gaming. And it was glorious. By the way, if you're enjoying the video, please like and subscribe. Also, tell me about your opinion and what do you think about all of this? Do you agree with me or not? Alright, let's hit the big question. What happened? How did we go from Modern Warfare, a game that pushed boundaries, to, well, the current state of gaming? Is the industry better or worse now? Are we truly progressing, or are we stuck in neutral? Let's be real. Compared to 2007, gaming today just feels slower. I'm talking about the evolution of the industry. Back then, COD4 was a game that grabbed you by the collar and made you say, this is the future. But here we are 18 years later, and does it still feel like the future? Here's the truth. Gaming has become predictable. Sure, the visuals are better, even though they're supposed to be way better according to history. The engines are more powerful and the open worlds are massive. But something's off. The excitement that games used to bring, that feeling of what's next, it's faded. Take a look at modern-day Call of Duty, or any AAA franchise, really. They've got all the bells and whistles. You've got your Battle Royale modes, microtransactions, and endless season passes. But where's the soul? Where's the innovation that had us all blown away? Is it the woke culture that's limiting creativity? We're hearing more and more about social responsibility and inclusive storytelling in games, but does that actually improve the gaming experience? Or is it just companies trying to jump on a bandwagon? Now, I'm not saying inclusivity isn't important, but when it starts feeling forced or out of place, that's when it becomes an issue. Think back to COD4. Did anyone care about the diversity of the soldiers in the game? Did anyone care how many women characters are in the game? Did anyone care how many transgenders were there? We only cared about the experience. The story, the gunplay, the tension in every mission. That's what we as gamers wanted. a good experience. And guess what? That was the only thing that companies wanted to deliver, so despite all the limitations they would have. Look, I'm not hating on diversity or representation, it's about balance. But when every game feels like it's checking boxes instead of trying to make something worth your money and time, it makes you wonder, are developers being too cautious now? Are they playing it safe because they're scared of offending someone? But it's not just about the woke limitations, right? There's another layer to this. Let's talk about corporate greed. Remember when studios took risks? When developers would go all in on a new idea, not caring about the profit margins? These days, it's all about safe bets. It's easier to stick with tried and true formulas, crank out another battle royale, or milk the nostalgia with remakes and reboots. Look, I get it. It's a business, and studios want to make money. But this has led to a lack of authenticity, and the biggest victim of that is the player. We don't get those groundbreaking experiences that we got back then. It feels like the industry is just churning out more of the same.
Just keep singing that same song, recycle.
Imagine a world where COD4 never existed, and Modern Warfare didn't set the bar for multiplayer. Would the industry have had the same drive to innovate? Would Medal of Honor, Spec Ops The Line, and other big shooters even exist? That's the thing. We didn't just get a game in COD4, we got a movement. And that movement pushed every game that came after it to be better. But now it feels like we've hit a wall. So why are we in this slow-motion industry today? Is it just the times changing? Maybe, but I think it's deeper. Games aren't just a product anymore, they're a service. Companies don't want to make games that people will come back to after 18 years and still have a good time. They want games that will keep players hooked for 18 months, then drop off a battle pass, sell them some skins, and repeat the damn cycle. Innovation takes time, and it requires investment in new ideas. But right now, it feels like studios are more interested in staying safe and minimizing risk, rather than pushing the boundaries like COD4 did back in the day. And as a result, gaming has become less about art and more about production. Now, what do we do with all of this? Do we sit here and complain about how gaming is slow and stagnant? No, that's not the move. The move is to keep pushing for better experiences. Support the indie devs making bold moves, the games that aren't afraid to be different, the ones that make you feel that same excitement we got from COD4. If we want gaming to go forward, we've got to demand more. More risk, more creativity, more heart, and who knows? Maybe in another 18 years, we'll look back at this moment and realize that we were part of the movement that made gaming great again. If this video inspired you to go and grab some of Golden Old Games or even any other game, you don't have to buy them through Steam. Instead, check out Instant Gaming. You get absolutely crazy discounts for most games. Also, their shop is truly legitimate, so you don't need to worry about anything. The link's down below and you can thank me later. But first, I thank you for watching to the end.